there's Kevin with GatherMatch.com with match number 3 with the Jund Delvelution. I think this is a pretty decent hand. We're actually not very susceptible to Blood Moon, so there's that. We can go Wooded Foothills for the Faithless Looting first turn. We'll go ahead and keep this. Pretty impressive, this deck, actually. I thought it'd be a lot more, what's the term, janky than I thought it would be, but it's actually pretty good just getting out those Delve cards that quickly. So we'll go ahead and Wooded Foothills for the... Let's go Blood Crypt. And then we're going to Faithless Looting. And I think here we can get rid of Angler and Neonate. I don't think I need... I actually don't think I need this excess Forest. And an Angler. So yeah, Faithless Looting turn 2. We'll have a turn 2 Tasigur again, which is pretty sweet, depending on what our opponent plays. If he plays like something Collective Brutality, it's going to be a Bitter Blossom. So let's see if just like the Tasigur is just something that... I think Angler is just more powerful than a Tasigur here, because we have 4, 5, 6, 7. But then that would mean that we'd actually... I mean, the Neonate's a free card. Polluted Delta goes and gets us another land. Like a Tomb. I think we just go get a Swamp at this point. Probably should have got a Tomb, because then that would allow the Evolution next turn, which now we can't hit. So I don't think we collected Brutality. It's just going to be Angler. Or Tasigur allows us to keep the Faithless Looting. So, problem is, the Bitter Blossom and the Faeries are going to... This deck does usually have ways to bounce or take control of cards. Dismember can also kill a Tasigur. And speak of the devil, there's the Dismember. So we are getting a lot of fetch lands. This one I will go get an Overgrown Tomb. And I think we do shock ourselves. I could actually kill the Fairy Rogue. And yeah, let's save some life here. Let's Brutality. I don't need the other Stomping Grounds now at this point, or possibly not even need the Insolent Neonate. I don't think... Yeah, I think I'd rather keep a Stomping Ground. No, we'll get rid of the Stomping Grounds. So we'll choose 2 modes. Look at his hand and get rid of the Fairy. And just get rid of the Stomping Grounds, I think is fine. There's a Disfigure. It's pointless. But at least we know. What does this do? Fairies have Shroud. Well, that kind of sets him back. See if he does champion the... Decides not to. He has an unknown. We'll Inquisition him. And he'll flash that in. And alright. So he just drew into a land? Or do we know that? It's going to be tough. We need to find an Eldritch Evolution to go get Elesh Norn. Would be the right call. Ew. That's getting very, very scary. Yeah, now we have to just top deck into it. Because we're down to a 10. He also has the Mutavault. Tormenting Voice can't do it. It'll make us draw a land and... So what's the best way? So the Insolent Neonate gives us 1 draw. I think Tormenting Voice, we'd have to hit both. We draw 2 cards though off of the Tormenting Voice. Draw 1 card of Insolent Neonate, 2 cards. So I think Insolent Neonate's just better here. Because we can't block this stuff. I could hit a bolt. No, I couldn't. Tormenting Voice again, I'd have to hit a land and a... The odds are terrible either way. I actually just think it's the Instant Neonate. Because we take 10 damage exactly off of... Well, let's Tormenting Voice. See what we would have hit off of the just Instant Neonate. And that doesn't do it. We just die. All right, so another tough matchup because of the ability to bounce just these heavy control shells. These kind of tempo-based shells are the hardest ones. We've gone against 3 in a row. Looks like the metagame's really shifted over to tempo. Time for me to queue back up Soul Sisters, which does very, very well against all of those decks. But anyway, let's just go ahead and bring in Inquisition once again. And the Abrupt Decays are okay. I don't care about them. Iona's kind of cool because we can name black and take care of the removal. But the removal, I don't know if they're running like ultimate price type cards. We name blue. I don't think it's the route to go. I think we just need to bring in as much ways to interact with our opponent. Gore's Vengeance is another deck where this is completely horrible against. Noxious Revival, I do want the one of. I don't know. It's just kind of awkward with the Noxious. And Terastodon is not very good in this one either. So we'll just go ahead and just bring in all the Thoughtseizes. We just want to try to disrupt what our opponent's trying to do so we can land what we are trying to do. Can't keep a no-lander. I think this is fine. I mean, Tormenting Voice is like a sort of mulligan type card. I think I'd want to Collective Brutality on top. Actually not. We'll put it on bottom. Just start off with the Blackcleave Cliffs and pass. So Suspended and Ancestral Visions. So here we will just Wooded Foothills and go and get... We can go get a green source just fine here. Just a regular green. Avoid some damage. Yeah, because we have all the rest of the mana just perfectly. So Thoughtseize isn't terrible here because he can only get rid of one of them. And so he's going to have to deal with the Tasigur or Angler. Decides to go for the Angler. Okay. And he missed a land drop, so okay, now he's at the mercy. Let's just keep thinning out here. I'll go get an Overgrown Tomb. Now we're in decent shape. He can dismember it off. And the Visions is getting close. Hit his land drop now. So there's that going for him. We draw into another land, which is terrible. We'll drop it. Now we can actually use Tasigur, though. So one more turn, and I believe, yep, Ancestral Vision comes down. But we'll activate the Tasigur, and he has to give me Faithless Looting. Get rid of some other stupid lands there. Geez, we are flooded as far as lands are concerned. I will go one more with the Bloodstain. I'm not going to run like Tormenting Voice. I do want like another red source because we we can just use the red source with the black. So I'll save some life and go get a black. And now we can Faithless Looting. And I think I'm just going to get rid of both of these. This allows us now to Inquisition. We at least get rid of one of the Scions, which is their lord. He should flash one in. It says other fairies have Shroud. So that worked out really well. Unfortunately for us, though, the Ancestral Visions is going to flip. And then he does have like Cryptic Command that can bounce a Tasigur. I'm sure he'll land off this. He's back up to 8 cards. So all of that control. I feel behind here. Like he should just bounce the Tasigur, I would assume, before I can get any more advantage off of it. Or Dismember. Yep, that hurts too. Wow, we are hitting... lands galore. So couldn't quite race off that Ancestral Visions, and it did find him that clutch Dismember. We've actually got rid of Angler, so this is going to be rough to try to get where we need to be. Card like Thoughtseize will actually be pretty rough for us too, if he has just a Thoughtseize. We've got both of the Scions. Tech Edge is actually kind of rough if he gets rid of the Overgrown Tomb. I'm just going to keep the Cliffs. That's fine. He might choose just to let me have him. That's interesting. He's going to go that route. We'll attack in with the Neonate. Sure. Yeah, he already shuffled back in the Eldritch Evolution. I don't care about the secondary. Now, do I just go for the bolt on his face? I don't think that it'd go bolt. He's got Cryptic. We know he's got a Cryptic Command in hand, so we have to play around that. So I don't want to bolt the Vendaline Click because I think Lightning Bolt's one of our outs. Oh, wait. If I just kill... Because Champion of Faeries says when... Does he have the... He might have the Dispel? Mutavault. That's true. You can just Mutavault the... He'll champion the Mutavault. It's not terrible, though. Yeah, absolutely not terrible. Especially when we draw that. So, Blackcleave Cliffs comes into play tap, so I don't think I want to actually play it. Ah, that Blackcleave Cliffs. Gotta be careful, though, because I'm really... So he's got Cryptic Command. He's got to keep up the Cryptic Command mana. Finds another Polluted Delta, which is very risky to actually... Surprise! Oh, he has attacking because my guy's Menace. So I'm not a fan of this Cryptic Command. I am a fan of him casting the Cryptic Command. Not a fan of that Mutavault either, because now I can block. I think if I were him, I would just go for the attack with the Mistbind Click. So he's got to have like another Cryptic Command in hand. Collective Brutality saves me. Yes, because we can go 2 modes here. And it gets to Dismember. That's actually huge. And this gives us a blocker in case that he activates the Mutavault. So barring a top deck, we're actually okay here. But the Click was a good top deck because it gives him another top deck. So he puts the Bitter Blossom on the bottom. Risky play by him, though. It's opening him up to a top deck. I think it's the right play, though, because it gets my Neonate out of the way. But any removal spell of mine, or an Eldritch Evolution... Actually, I can't go Eldritch Evolution, is the problem. And Inquisition doesn't do it. We have nothing we can. Close game again, though. Again, these Mardu, Faeries, Delver, these are by far the worst matchups. Just because they have a lot of ways to disrupt and interrupt what we're trying to do. And they're hard for us to do the same. The deck does have play, though. The Collective Brutalities and the Bolts, I think, are pretty good against these type of deck. Inquisitions can always mess up what they're doing. So I'm impressed so far, even though we're 1 and 2. Going to the next match. It's been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.